About 2 weeks ago, me and my older brother watched Small Soldiers, and I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was pretty fun. The movie took me back with all its marketing. 2007, back when the first live-action Transformers movie came out, and I'd see a lot of parallels between those two movies. They're both movies about two factions fighting each other, and a young boy is caught in between their mess. And they're also both live-action DreamWorks movies. But anyway, and with Rise of the Beats coming out in 3 days from now, I wanted to just look back at some of the weird marketing and merchandising for the first live-action Transformers movie. Okay, so we're gonna start off with... Here we got the deluxe class Bumblebee. Now, most of the stuff I'm gonna show you, some of them are my old childhood toys. This one, I grew up with this figure, but not this one, since I lost it in the Great Transformers Purge of, 2015, 14, I don't know. Pretty much, one day, it was summer, my dad was set up a garage sale, and I put a bag of all my Transformers I wanted to keep in a bag, so he knew which ones not to sell. I didn't wake up early in the morning because I was 13 or whatever. He'd sold all of them. And yeah, that kind of sucked. So I actually bought this figure recently, last year, I think. I actually got this brand new, in its packaging. This was actually part of a 2-pack with the other Camaro, the Concept Camaro. And I think this 2-pack was a Target exclusive at the time. I'm gonna have to check that, but yeah. But I still love this figure. It's just a fun, quick toy to look at. And this figure this one sucks. Probably, not the figure itself, but my copy of the figure, because of how old it is, it doesn't stay together, and it's very stiff. Being a old figure that was brand new, definitely didn't wear out the joints, so yeah, it's very stiff, and I'm not transforming this thing. This thing just sucks. Now, this was I'm gonna have to be honest. Here we got a Jazz figure. This isn't actually part of the 2007 movie line of toys. This was actually part of the movie Bats line, which was a Japanese exclusive line where it was just a bunch of releases of older movie figures, but with special painting. But I did own a Jazz movie figure. It wasn't the normal deluxe class Jazz. It was actually the Final Battle Jazz figure, where it was pretty much Jazz, but with battle damage, because, well, enough of that clickbait. Here we have an actual figure that released back in 2007 for the movie line, the RoboVision Optimus. Now, this was yeah, this also was a Target exclusive for the Voyager Optimus Prime. And pretty much it took the standard Voyager Optimus of that release and just like made the colors more brighter instead of more dull like you'd see in the movie. It makes it more G1 like, but I mean, yeah, I do like I do prefer brighter colors for Transformers. It makes the characters pop out more and not blend into the environment. But yeah, this figure, my copy of the figure, like the deluxe concept Bumblebee, also is very stiff and broken. Like, there's so much I despise about this. Like, I'm keeping it in vehicle mode because otherwise it would fall apart. Like, there are these two things at the bottom which are like its shoulder pieces for its arms. These things just like fall out like super easily. And also, one of its arm joints, it's rusted, like the screw they have, it's rusted. I can't fix that. That's pretty much stuck. Like, I can't replace that. And also, another thing is that this figure actually has a door gimmick. Where you can see, like, an open and door gimmick, and when you close it, a little driver is there. But the thing doesn't want to close in all the way. And when you transform him in robot mode, its arms actually goes onto these doors. And since this one doesn't want to stay closed, his arm isn't secure. Yeah, but it's still a good looking figure. This is also one I didn't own this mold back in the day for 2007. I actually owned the Revenge of the Fallen mold of this one, where it had like a, I think, Chinese lettering on it, like during the, I think it was supposed to represent like the opening of Revenge of the Fallen with like the battle of in Hong Kong. I don't remember. I don't remember that movie. I am directly below. But yeah. Yeah, like the Bumblebee 2-pack, I bought this one brand new, like, in box. I think I also took a picture, but enough of stuff I bought brand new. Let's look at stuff I actually did own back in the day. And stuff that, yeah, this here we have Deluxe, well, Leader Class Brawl. This wasn't mine. This was my third oldest brother. Yeah, I had 3 older brothers. But yeah. Now, Brawl was, I actually really like the design for this guy. I don't know, his head design looked really menacing to me, but it was very confusing because the toy said Brawl, but in the movie he called himself Devastator, and there are some cases where he's called Demolisher. I don't know how you mess that up that badly, but I'm fine with Brawl because, like, he's a tank and he's a single guy, so yeah, give him the name of the Combaticon. But yeah, this guy just, I never transformed this guy by myself or ever. Like, but yeah, being my brother's figure, I didn't play with this guy as much. But also, he has, in its tank mode, he has 2 barrels here and a barrel here. And we actually lost these 2 pieces until our second Ultimate's brother found them while cleaning its room and gave them to me. Still missing one barrel, but yeah. He also had... But yeah, this guy has, like, a lot of weaponry decals on him. Like, we got these little missile things, these shoulder missiles, and a Gatling gun on his arm. And he's also supposed to have, like, these, like, 2 blades on his arm, but yeah, those are long gone. But sadly, because, like, yeah, this was my brother's and he didn't want me to play with it, I didn't get to play with it. God, my chair is just rolling around. So, I didn't use this brawl as a kid. I had this brawl as a kid. Yeah, this is a one-step changer. Like, I think these were called Cyber Slammers. Like, there were, I think, there were, like, ones with Bumblebee and Sideswipe for, like, Revenge. There's some for Revenge of the Fallen, but, yeah. This is one I had, and I actually did have fun with it. Like, it just... Like, when you were a kid and you had, like, these really simple toys, you tried to make most out of it, like this little thing here. I didn't even know what that was for. I just did pretty much anything I could find on this figure, like a detail that's painted on, or just like that. I made the most out of it. That was the fun part of being a kid, like just coming up with whatever you can. I also owned this, the Cyber Stomper Bumblebee. There was also an Optimus Prime one that my brother owned. I got Bumblebee, he got Optimus. And we lost that Optimus. I honestly don't know what happened to it. I also remember that he lost his hand. Yeah, pretty much the gimmick of this guy, like, the batteries don't work, but yeah, there's like 2 buttons, like you press and lights. It can do that. And it also has... Oh, that did not go far at all. But... yeah, I didn't play... Like, this was a fun toy. It also does not look like Bumblebee at all. Like... what? But yeah, it was a fun toy. Like, oh, and my computer crashed. First we cracked the shell, and then we cracked the nuts inside. Next up we have the... my god, this is a big one. The animatronic Bumblebee, Ultimate Bumblebee. This was actually a birthday gift for me, and I love this thing. Like, I never transform it, but it was just so big. I think this was my first big toy as a kid, and yeah, I'm so glad I have it. I'm not going to transform it because I never could transform it on my own. I'm really bad at following instructions. But yeah, this thing was actually pretty cool. Here, the batteries still work on this thing that just switched off, so...
Protect the All-Spartans. Megatron will stop at nothing.
Yeah, that didn't sound like radio talk, that just sounded like a normal voice. Have you been lying this whole time, Bumblebee? Are you a fraud?
That will teach them to mess with an Autobot. Let's roll out. Kicking up dirt, heading down the highway, 100 miles an hour, better get out of my way. What's our radio broadcast? Ready? Take that, Decepticon. You are my burning human friend.
Yeah, that's... Okay, these are some smaller things, but here we have some robot heroes. Here we got movie Starscream, and here we got G1 Optimus with the Matrix. I'm only doing stuff that was marketed for the first live-action movie, but the funny thing is, these robot heroes were actually marketed for the movie. Like, the boxes had the movie logo instead of like a more G1 styled logo. So, these count. I actually had a bunch of these, like they would come with two packs, and and there was a whole bunch. There was like G1 movie verts and Beast Wars. There was also some unreleased ones for like Robots in Disguise, and there was even some Beats Machines ones. But anyway, I only had one. Like, yeah, each pack came with 2 figures, and I only had 1 pack for the movie verts figures. Here, there was Starscream with an awfully red Decepticon logo. Hey, maybe it's a... We got Shattered Glass movie Starscream. Don't tell anybody. But yeah, the Starscream came with Bumblebee with the cube, and I lost it. And yeah, I don't think I didn't like most of the movie designs. Like, I was more of a fan of the G1 designs, because as a kid I preferred simpler, blocky, colorful designs than more complicated gray chicken beak Dorito. Yeah, but this 2-pack with this Optimus with the Matrix came with a Unicron, and I think the only thing I remember is the arm snapped off of that one. Pretty much, yeah, these are the only 2 I have left, but I had a bunch of them. I remember I had another G1 Optimus with a blaster with Ravage, Ultra Magnets, Hot Rod, Megatron. Did I mention Megatron? There was Hot Rod with Shrapnel, which I don't think the box called him Shrapnel. I think it was just Insecticon. I really liked the movie as a kid. I still like it now. It's a novelty. But yeah, like, this thing got... But what I didn't know was this giant 2-pack. So you take the normal box art for the movie and extend it. Now instead of Bumblebee, Optimus, and Megatron, you got Barricade in the mix. This is weird to me. But yeah, this 2-pack, it comes with a copy of it comes with the movie, so I own 2. One of them is very scratched up, and the other one it's more clean. Shows how reckless I was as a child. But the cool thing about its release is it comes with Transformers Buggnus. Now, this isn't actually something I've seen yet, this thing, but I looked into it. Apparently, this is a prequel comic that was dubbed over by some of the voice actors who played the Transformers in the movie. Yeah, so that'd be a fun watch, but I do like the cover where it's a silhouette of Optimus, Bumblebee, and Jads, and on the back we got Megatron, Barricade, Blackout, and Frenzy, which, I don't know, that's just really cool to see them on box art. Like, yeah, I didn't know this existed. I found this at like a thrift store. I had to pick it up because what? And also, the final some other cool things I have. It's the giant Optimus mask. Now, yeah, this thing, the batteries are dead here. I didn't bother replacing them. So there's like a decade and a half old batteries in this thing. Now, there were two releases with this thing. There was one with a generic voice, and then there was one with actually Peter Cullen, which it's the one I have. Now, apparently this thing allowed you to change your voice. There's like a microphone, like there, but I never figured out how that worked. I didn't even know that was a feature, so I wondered why there was a mic here. But I don't know, maybe I'll try this later, but yeah, honestly, it's a really well-made mask. And it's a fun thing. It's just like a fun thing to have as a kid. Honestly, it feels fine. Like I'm glad I cleaned it out after leaving this thing in my costume bin for years. And here we got a Transformers guidebook, which contains art, which contains character renders of, and also a bunch of facts and details about it, none of which are ever brought up in movie or fiction, probably. Because, there was some thought put into these designs and, how they work. But I shouldn't say a little, there was definitely thought put into this, but they did not use any of this info. Also, here you can see the early version of Megatron, which I hate a lot. So it was weird to see this Megatron, and then to see this on some other. But yeah, there's also some renders where it also shows some car modes and some facts. But yeah, this is a pretty neat book. I didn't own this, I bought it randomly. Along with that movie 2-pack at a thrift store. But I'm glad I got it at a thrift store because just Jeez, look how much that retailed for. This is the kind of thing you look into once and say, that's cool. The final market and the final things I have are the games. Yep, here we got a bunch of copies of Transformers the games. Now, I'm gonna go... Now, this was back in the era when pretty much any licensed movie, like, at the time, got, like, a bunch of game releases on, like, every system. I kind of miss that, but not really, because they were mostly terrible. But yeah, this was no exception. So, this was the first one I got. Like, disclaimer, I never grew up with any of these games for the first movie. I did own Transformers Autobots DS for Revenge of the Fallen. One day out of town, I found this game, and I bought it, because I didn't have enough PSP games at the time, so I was like, yeah, that seems cool. Transformers, the game on PSP. So I bought it. I beat it in like 2 days. Yeah, the PSP version's not that good, but it's still a novelty. Like, for me, it was like just a fun thing to like put in your PSP and do something with it. Like, but yeah, this game has a lot of flaws. Then the next version I bought was actually Transformers the game on PS2. And I got it at that same thrift store. My god, the amount of Transformers stuff I bought at that thrift store before it closed down. Yeah, I actually got this before Christmas Day, or Christmas Eve, and I played it a lot. I actually love this. Yeah, this was a really fun thing for... This was a fun time. It's kind of like a children's version of GTA, like The Simpsons Hit and Run, but with Transformers, which makes it completely better. Except this game's really buggy. And then the next versions I bought were the DS games. And I don't know how they did it, but the DS games are better than than the rest. How do you do that? And my god, I played like the first 5 minutes I played of Autobots, since that was the first one I bought online. My god, it completely blew these over the water, or however that phrase. Pretty much, yeah, these games are awesome, and they make Revenge of the Fallen on DS look terrible in comparison. I also bought the PS3 and 360 ones of the game. Which it's pretty cool. I can play the game again and complete it again, but this time get achievements. And then we got the Wii one, which is the one I got most recently. Like, I played it, it controls fine on Wii. Like, definitely it controls better on the other systems. Because you actually have a controller with camera controls. But the coolest one I have out of all these is the PS2 Greatest Hits version, because it comes with a bonus disc. This is something I don't see a lot with PS2 games, so to see it with its licensed game based off of this movie I loved as a kid was really cool. Like, the bonus disc doesn't contain anything too special. Like, here it is for anyone who wants to see it. It pretty much contains like a bunch of interviews of the actors for the movie and what they thought of participating in the game, which was really cool. It also includes a preview of Transformers Animated, like the first episode, which it's not, which this whole thing is pretty much it's a novelty to have for me at this point, but it's really cool. Now, the only versions of the game I don't own are the PC and the Cybertron edition for the Xbox 360. I'll own those at some point. And I'm pretty sure there's also a greatest hits for the PSP edition, but it doesn't contain anything special, it's just greatest hits, which is pretty lame. But yeah, these games here and remind me of a more fun time. Corporatism. Also, oh yeah, I almost forgot one last piece of merchandise I own for the movie. It's actually, don't mind that, it's actually Transformers, the album. It's pretty much just the movie soundtrack, but, like, I don't really care for the music on here, but it's a lot of, like, edgy 2000s music, but it's a nice time capsule for the decade. I also don't remember I don't even think most of the music that was even in the soundtrack is even in the movie. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this era of music, but it's still a pretty cool... I forgot about the Risk board game!